What I do have to show you is my finished stratified. Kia ora.
Hi.
Welcome to the dye house. We're back. All right. I don't even know. Hang on. What are we doing? We're starting. Shall I go first?
Yes, you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Right, so this week in the dye house, we've just been dyeing the yarn. How unusual. But what I do have to show you is my finished stratified in darkness.
Another one off the needles.
But you're going to notice something when I hold it up. I seem to have knitted two jerseys that are pretty much the same colour.
Shall we say unconscious bias towards a certain colour palette?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to hold this up a little bit further, so that you can see all the colours. This was knitted in darkness, and this was actually knitted with Dye House seconds, which is why I'm trying not to get it too close to Claire because I might not actually end up taking it home. But this was knitted with yarn that was dye felts. Hang on, Claire. I'm just gonna cover you up for a minute because I need to show them. So the Moondog Blues in the middle there, you can see is actually quite stripy. Although interestingly, the rest of the colours. You can't really see the faults. And that's the thing about darkness. Like, Helen is very good at quality control, and sometimes I worry that she's a little bit too good at quality control, because I often knit up our faulty yarn, and you can't actually see the faults. This was seconds as well. And that was second. Yeah. So this was all done in seconds. So things to know about the stratified pattern. Now I've got to think about it.
Who's it by? Okay.
You're expecting me to remember that? I think it's actually Tiff Nealon, but that could be wrong. So I think it's Tiff Nealon that designed this. Now this sweater I ended up casting on, and it was all BB's fault. For those of you who watch BB and Stephen on Just Another Knitting podcast,
we blame them for lots of things.
I blame them for multiple of my cast-ons. And this one was BB's fault. She actually knitted one in Rebel worsted, which is gorgeous, and she was kind of calling it an ice cream sweater. And it was so pretty, and I loved it. And I decided that I really wanted one, but then I decided I really wanted one in darkness, and then basically I went stash diving into the dye fault box, and this was the colour combination that I came up with. Weirdly, these colours were not actually dyed at the same time because this is Rebel worsted. However, it appears that we've had faults on very similar colours. I suddenly have two pink, purple and blue jerseys. But of course, this one's got the green as well. There's not necessarily a lot of point in me running through the colours in this one because a lot of them we don't have. They were like kind of one-off dyeings or a long time ago, or I actually don't even know what they are.
It's been a while since those colours have been in the second stash.
Yeah.
Because if they had been recently, I would have taken them.
We do, although I will say we do actually have, so this is Infinitely True, this purple here, and we do have a lot of seconds of that. So if you happen to hit me up by email, I may be able to sort you out with some seconds on Infinitely True, and we do have quite a few of them. The other colour, which I believe we have in stock at the moment, if it hasn't sold already, is the pink. This is Systematic Smiles. And I've got to tell you, when we first started dyeing Systematic Smiles on darkness, we could not dye enough. You guys bought it as fast as we dyed it. Sorry, I was just thinking, I've kind of gone off track now talking about the yarn. I was supposed to be talking about the pattern for a minute, but that's okay. So the thing to know about darkness right now is that we are down to the last box and a half. We have kind of done a bit of a rough count. I can probably only dye approximately 10, maybe 11 more colours. So be aware when you see things coming through from now on that it may be the last time they're dyed. Okay, so I need you to know that. I'm not saying definitely, because in amongst that 10 or 11 colours that I can dye, I possibly will repeat the favourites, but I just need you to know that if you see them, get them, okay? This is not a drill, people. We have approximately 10 batches left, and then that's it. It's done.
You want to get it before I do. Good luck.
Yes, yeah, good luck getting it before Claire. And also I will tell you that people have been heeding my warnings, and it is going quickly at the moment. So please, yeah, don't think this is going to be around for very much longer, because I don't actually think it will be.
We'll tell you when we've got a batch going into the shop of a particular colour if you're waiting for stuff. So keep an eye on the newsletter and these, and we'll tell you.
I believe the next the thing that's on the drying rack at the moment, I think, is Dark Sarcasm.
Yep, the deep
and
purple.
A King's Ransom has just been dyed, and that's on the drying rack too, but that's going to be about a week away for that one. But I think Dark Sarcasm is probably close to going up online. So just you're going to have to keep checking in, okay? If there's something in particular that you're waiting for. Otherwise, just buy anything, because it doesn't matter.
The King's Ransom might accidentally fall into my car.
Yeah. This is going to be the problem, is you guys getting it before Claire gets it. It's not even me. I don't even know if I'm going to get any.
That's why I work here.
Yes. So the one thing I do have to say about this pattern, I did really enjoy knitting it. I do enjoy. Oh, whoops! Hang on, bashing on the mic. Sorry. I do enjoy stripes. I am a person who likes. I like a stripe.
No, never would have guessed.
Did you? No, I know. I just like, what am I doing? So yeah, I do like a stripy pattern. The one thing I will say to watch with this, if you are wanting to knit it and you are buying yarn, is you may want to factor in a little more than you think. So don't skimp on the yarn purchasing for this one. This here, I was going to say I should have a photo of me wearing it, except I don't, because I haven't even tried it on yet. This is straight off the blocking mat. But at some point I will put a photo on the social media of me wearing it so you can see. But I need you to know there are two lengths in the pattern. The first one is the cropped length, and the second one is the full length version. I knit way past the full length version. And I believe BB did as well, if I remember correctly. That was her big modification for this. Like, I can't even remember where the finished version was going to come up to. I think it was like here, like seriously. And this is not a particularly long sweater. Like, I haven't knit it down past my butt or anything like that. So this is just kind of average normal length for the kind of sweater that I would knit. So please be aware that the pattern is very cropped in my opinion, okay? So don't skimp on yardage for this. You will regret it, especially if you are wanting to keep the colours in order. Like if you're just randomly using up stashes, then that's totally fine. I actually did continue with the colour order on my sleeves, and hilariously, and I've got to tell you this because you should know by now, I always lose yarn chicken.
Which is surprising in somebody with such a big stash as you.
Always. It doesn't matter how much yarn, I always lose the yarn chicken. And this is why I always encourage you to buy more as well. It's not, it's from, believe me, it's from experience.
Nobody needs that much anxiety when they're knitting.
Yes, but do you know what happened is that I deliberately went hunting. In fact, I stole this from Helen, this colour, because we didn't have any more anywhere. And luckily Helen had snaffled this one and stashed it. I stole it from her. Plus, I went into the seconds, and I found this one and wound it as well, because I was convinced I was going to run out on both of these And do I have 2 full balls of darkness, 100 gram balls of darkness here already wound? Yes, I do. So there we are. If you want to order and you get in before Claire a second of Infinitely True, there's one already wound, so you can cast it on straight away.
That 100 gram balls, that is from way back in stash.
Yes, that's what I mean. This was from way back stash. So yeah, because we haven't done darkness in 100 grams for quite a while now. The reason we swapped it from hundreds to 50s to start with was because there's so much yardage on a 100 gram ball that we thought if we swap it to 50s, then you can actually kind of get closer to the actual yardage you need. So I mean, the 50 grams are 129 meters. Yeah. Whereas like normally if you had 100 grams of DK weight yarn, you'd only be getting 100 meters. That's right, eh? Yes. 50 grams is 100 meters. 100 grams is normally 200 meters on a DK weight. Because ours is woolen spun, you get significantly more yardage. So sometimes people were having to buy a whole nother ball just to get a few meters. So this is why we actually swapped it to 50s. So anyway, that's the darkness. That's the story of my stratified. I haven't worn it yet. It's literally straight off the blocking mat. I suspect when I do wear it, and I know this already, is that potentially my sleeves are going to be a little bit too long. I should have probably stopped and done the ribbing about here. But I decided for the first time ever that maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing to have a long sleeve on this. You know me, you know I always have my sleeves halfway up my arm. I always push them up. But because darkness is such a lovely lush and warm yarn, I figured on a day that I will be wearing this sweater, it's going to be cold and I probably want long sleeves. So the fact that these might be a little extra long, I decided just to roll with. Basically I was knitting and then suddenly went, oh crap, I haven't actually checked my sleeve length, and then put it on and then went, I'm pretty much actually at the length it needs to be, but then I still had to add the cuffs. Worst case scenario, I will just fold the cuffs back. Because, you know, I could undo it and redo the cuffs if they're too long, but let's face it, you're talking to me.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Like, there's no use pretending that it's going to happen.
What's done is done. Let's live with it.
Yeah. So that's unless I put it on and after blocking they're ridiculously long, which I don't think so. I don't think darkness moves much in blocking. I haven't noticed that before. So, but anyway, it's actually my first darkness sweater. I haven't
got one.
You haven't got a darkness sweater?
I haven't got a darkness sweater.
How the hell's that happened?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Although, in saying that, this is my first one. I mean, I do have my Tersa in darkness, which, you know, people will get from me over my cold dead body because it's gorgeous.
Well, it won't be a cold dead body, it'll be a nice warm dead body because it's so lovely. Such a cozy yarn. But I think that's the only actual garment I've knitted for myself in it. Although I do have a little bit of stash because I hoarded the Precious Heart faulty yarn. You know, it's in my hoard. I don't think anyone else is getting their mitts on that, but we shall see. Anyway, there we go. That is the story, my story of a stratified. And eventually, when I'm wearing it, I will take some photos and put them up somewhere on social media. You'll see them. I like the detail in it with the eyelets going across, so rather than just plain.
Yeah, it does. Pretty. It has a really cute little detail in the body. So the sleeves are just plain stripes, but there's little cute eyelets and a bit of, it's like twisted rib. This is actually, I think, maybe the first time. Oh no, it's not the first time I've done twisted rib, but I haven't done twisted rib a lot. This was a 2x1 twisted rib, if I remember. Like, I only knit it last week, but if I remember correctly. So yeah.
Top down raglan in the round?
Yes. Yeah. Fun pattern, like I say, because I enjoy the stripes. They keep me going. So fun pattern. And like I say, apart from the length on it, which I think is dubious, but everything else about the pattern I would recommend. So there we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Claire's going to tell you about what she's been doing. Yeah.
I have a jumper finished as well. In fact, I have two. Start at the beginning. I talk to a lot of knitters in the shop and show, and generally I'm talking to people, and I'm hearing the same things from quite a few of them, that either, like we did the mash-up sweater, which is a top-down raglan in 2 strands of rebel worsted held double, and a lot of people were telling us that they don't like knitting on circular needles, or they like to knit flat, or they want to knit on their straight metal needles, or they like to knit in pieces. That's fine. Everybody likes different things. Other people tell us they'd rather slam their head in the door than ever sew up a seam. And they like to knit top down, and everybody has their own different way of doing it. But a complaint I've been hearing from quite a few people is that they're, apart from old knitting patterns, the paper ones that you buy at the op shops, because not that many of the shops have paper printed patterns anymore, they're not in pieces or knit flat. So I thought, as you do, oh, it can't be that hard. It's not that difficult.
Well, I just designed a sweater, so obviously Claire can design a sweater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought, it can't be that hard. If I did one,
if I can do it.
Yeah.
If Deb can do it, it can't be difficult.
I make up knitting patterns all the time for me, because I think, oh, I like that, but, and then I change things, and then I change everything, and then I never read the patterns because I think I could know better, and then I make it up as I go along, forget to write it all down, then it would mismatch leaves. Yeah, don't do what I do. Do as I say, not do as I do. So I thought, if I made up a pattern for people who want to knit flat or knit in the round, or a combination of the two, because that is actually how I like to knit. So I'll show you the jumper I'm wearing at the moment. The other thing I thought was, wouldn't it be nice if we had all these mild jumper that we have all the fabulous swatches for, that are currently all rebel worsted, held double for the mash-up sweater? Wouldn't it be nice if we did those in rebel light? If we held rebel light double, because we have the same, well, so many colours. We could have a jumper in rebel light held double.
Yes.
So that's what I did. So I will show you. This is a different construction to mash-up. Mash-up is a top-down raglan. This is a bottom-up, and it can be knit in the round, so that at the end of it there is no seaming. Or it can be knit flat, so that you sew the pieces together and you can knit them on straight metal needles, even the neck. The whole thing happens without any circular needles if you don't like them, or a combination of the two. Because I like to knit the body in the round, because I'm lazy and I can just go around in a giant circle. And I hate knitting small circumference circles, like necks and sleeves.
And sleeves, yep.
Loathe it. Much rather knit them flat.
But you knit socks.
I know, that's different, because that's a spiral, but it's small, whereas this is a jumper, and I'm wrestling a whole jumper with a sleeve on it. But I don't like sewing sleeves in particularly. So I like to pick up the stitches for the sleeve and knit it flat. Or I could just knit the whole sleeve flat if I'm going on a flight. So I'm not lugging the whole jumper around with me. So you have all the options. So I made a pattern that does that. So here, let me show you the jumper. This one's slightly short because this was my prototype. So this is Rebel Light. This is Star Sign Magnet and Cobblestone Alleyways. It has a vent at the side. I put a light t-shirt on underneath so you can see. There it is on my rather bumptious hip. Right. We've got 2x2 ribbing. We've got, and there's no fitting in the waist because I haven't got one. Up to the sleeves. We separate for the sleeves, then we knit up to the shoulders. Now the shoulders are a 3-needle bind off. Because one of the things I like about a 3-needle bind off is it takes the weight of the jumper. If you've got a sewn seam, which you're welcome to do, you can sometimes get a bit of pulling unless you get the tension of the sewing right. But if you knit it, it's got a nice join on the sleeve. It doesn't really notice. Can you see it?
Yeah, I like 3-needle bind offs.
Yep. And then you can either pick up the stitches and knit the sleeve, either in the round or flat, or you can cast on the stitches and knit the sleeve and sew it in, as you wish. The entire thing done for simplicity, because one of the things I've been hearing from people is that they're starting to knit jumpers. Many people have come back to knitting, particularly after COVID. They've knit a lot of hats and scarves and mitts and things, but they haven't knit a jumper before or a body garment for an adult. So I thought, let's give them something that the beginners can do. And just to make it simple, because especially if you're travelling, you don't want to be taking out all your knitting needles with you. I've knit the whole thing on one size of needle.
Oh, okay, the ribbing as well.
The ribbing as well.
Excellent.
Yeah, there. So 6mm needle for the whole thing.
Ah.
You can do it straight or you can do it flat.
Whoops,
Now,
hang
hold
on.
One moment, please. That is the alarm for the vat because it just needs to get turned off. So Claire's.
Yep, I'm going to turn that off
just,
right now.
just flick that off. Yeah, we'll just flick it off quickly, so that we don't forget.
Yeah, because we will.
Because it's been one of those days. Yep.
So here is the jumper. I can hold it up now and you can see. This is I've made it in 2 sizes. This one is 120 centimetres bust circumference, and it's plenty loose. This one is 100 centimetres bust circumference, and it's plenty loose. I haven't graded it up for other sizes. Let me know if you want them, because I can, but I don't know what size you guys are. I only see the people that come into the shop or come up to me at the shows. So tell me if you want it bigger or smaller. This one, as you can see, we've got a picked up net and it's knit. When you do that, you don't sew the neck on, you knit the neck on. But you can do that on straight needles if you do it all in the right order. It's all in the pattern.
There we go. Learn something new every day.
You can do the sleeves in the round. You can do them, pick them up and knit them flat. And then at the end, you're going to sew up the sleeve and up the body if you knit the body flat. If you knit the body in the round, you're just going to sew the sleeve up.
Now, I have to ask you, do you do mattress stitch for your...
Yes.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay, yes.
I find it the easiest because I start at one end and I go through 2 loops each time. And I just go 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops. And that way I don't have to keep track and it just like all lines up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I wrote you a knit your own adventure jumper. And because Deb's was the mash-up jumper, I thought mash, it's also a mild one. It's also in Rebel, but Rebel Light. So I called it Bubble and Squeak because you've got 2 options. You can knit in the round, like a bubble, or Squeak, which is the flat one. Yes. But I knit mine in the round up to the armpits. Then you have to split anyway.
Yeah.
Then I picked up the sleeves and knit on the sleeves. And I knit the sleeves flat because I hate knitting
But you could knit them in the round.
You could knit them in the round, absolutely. In which case, at the end of the jumper, you've got no sewing up at all.
Woohoo!
And if you like sewing up, you can sew up. And you can do it in a combination. So you choose at each point in the pattern, I've told you what you can choose from. So you knit the body in the round, knit the body in flat pieces, all that stuff. It's all in the pattern. Now, I've tried to make it as easy for the beginners as possible. So if you read this and you think, oh, for God's sakes, you know, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm pointing this at the people who don't know how to do that, okay? So don't think I'm treating you as an idiot, because there are a lot of people who haven't done it before. And I'm trying to do things for them that aren't all, quite often people will choose a pattern and they come in as beginners and they say, I'm going to knit this, and great, lovely, we want to be encouraging, but sometimes we look at the pattern and we think, really?
Yeah.
That might be a little ambitious for you, or they've got a whole load of really technical details in there that in a mild jumper, you're not going to see the difference, quite frankly. This hides a multitude of sins. Yeah. And I've tried to explain, you know, where to pick up the stitches on the neck and things like that. So it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, as long as you've got the right number of stitches at the end, more or less, you're fine. So the whole thing's really straightforward. And if it's not, you tell me. And I've actually already got another design on the needles, so let me know if you like it.
I was going to say, and I think Helen's already taken the pattern home. Has she?
Has, yes.
She's casting on. Yes.
Now this one is done in for 1,000 years, and original sin.
Yeah.
But as you can see again, it's just a straightforward pattern. There's no fancy stuff. It's good television knitting. You know, sometimes you want to eat a gourmet meal and then go see an arty film with subtitles. This is not that. This is when you want to curl up with a bowl full of spaghetti bolognese and binge watch Broken Wood.
Although actually that would be a great one for when you're trying to watch something with subtitles.
Yeah.
We've watched a couple of shows where there's subtitles, and I'm always like, I can't knit and watch the subtitles at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm not that clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's chewing gum knitting. It's just you chug along and turn out something nice. Each one of these took me just over a week.
Oh,
So
wow. So it's quite fast, like the
is,
mashup
it
sweater
is,
as well.
Exactly, because there's nothing fiddly going on. And it's, you know, it was a joy to knit, quite frankly.
Now you're making me go, woo, no, I can't have another cast. I've just cast something off so that I could cast something on. So, you know, I don't want to...
This one, which is the 120 bust circumference one, this took 10 skeins of Rebel Light, 5 in each colour. The slightly smaller size, which is 100 centimetre bust circumference, that took 4 skeins of 2 colours, so 8 skeins altogether. And if you want to knit one of these, then buy the yarn from us and you'll get the pattern for free. Just put it in the notes that you want the Rebel Light, you know, the Bubble and Squeak or my pattern or whatever.
Yep.
Put it in the notes and we'll send it out to you.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, and of course, you don't have to mail it. You
No.
can, the same as this one, you can just
Yeah.
use one colour. And the other thing too is that if you go onto the website and have a look, we have a little section at the top there that it says Mashup Sweater. Go and look there. You will actually see you'll see all the photos I took of all Helen's swatches for the Rebel worsted mashup. So you can use the same colour combinations for that as you do for this one.
Yes.
So
My daughter came in and saw those today.
Oh, did she?
Yes, that was a mistake.
Oh no. Are you getting orders for more mashup sweaters,
I
are you?
might, yes. This one's mine though. I'm keeping one for once. This one's for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering whether, well, I'm not too sure whether I'm getting another order for mashup sweaters from my lot or not either, but they're definitely wearing them, so that's a good thing. You know, it's always nice when you knit something for someone else and then they're actually wearing it. Even the teenager is wearing hers. Yeah, even in front of her friends. Like, that's wild. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this one a whirl.
Yes.
I shouldn't have just cast something else on, should I? But that's okay. It'll.
Oh, you'll be finished in a week.
Yeah, I'd be finished in a week.
We're churning them out that fast now. It's no problem. How many have you got on the needles now?
I have about a sleeve and probably 2/3 of a sleeve left. 1 2/3 sleeve. I don't know how to say that. 1 sleeve plus 2/3 of a sleeve.
Yeah.
Left on my Ruju sweater. And I might have accidentally cast it on Amber's new Holy Moly cardigan, but I thought I'd show you that next week when I've done a little bit more, because at the moment it's about this big.
It wasn't really accidental and you didn't fight that hard.
No, I really didn't.
She willingly flung herself into that hole.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, I'll maybe if I remember put a link in as well to that pattern as well. I was going to talk about it more next week when I've actually done a bit more of it. But that's a Rebel Light design. And then I just also pulled out an old whip that I need to work on, which is a variation on the Rebel Sheep blanket that I did last year. So
new pattern. Yay.
Yeah, so new pattern. So look, Claire's designing bugs now rubbed off on me. I've gone back and gone, I need to get back onto my patterns, because I have charts and things there for some more, but I need to actually knit them, test knit them. So yeah.
It's funny, the more things you think of, the more things you think of after that, and you think, oh, and I could do that, and oh, I could do that, and then, oh, that's a completely different thing at that point.
Yes, I have a list. Okay. Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.